we did that first episode, a lot of people have been asking about our dating life.
Right.
Guess what the biggest surprise is? The biggest surprise is that you're married and that I know. And that I was married for 20 years.
But you're not anymore.
Nope.
And you're currently dating.
Don't define dating, because that could be a whole episode. But let me just say the following, which is that my first full year of actual dating was 2021, because I always had a boyfriend or a husband.
Wait, for the first time like ever in your adult life?
In my adult life. It's been very interesting. In DC during a pandemic.
I bet.
I know.
Ooh, I don't envy you.
I do. I mean, like, well, so here's the thing. I'm not like trying to get a husband or kids or anything like that. So it's actually just mostly fun. But here are some things that I'd like to suggest.
Okay.
That women who've been doing it a long time, the reason they're exasperated, here's what I think is happening. First things first is I think everyone's pressed, but nobody's pressed.
What do you mean pressed?
So, I mean, like, everyone's acting like they're too cool to tell you how they really feel, but also they really want to be loved. I don't know how you get in between that. That's one, what?
It just reminds me of my favorite author.
I know.
Bell Hooks.
I know.
All about love.
I know. I know. She talks about it.
Yeah, love's a dirty word.
Yeah. But the other thing is that I think that they come into the situation with this force that it's... So, you know how if you're someplace and a guy likes you, he'll say, hey, what's your name? Where are you from? You went to Howard?
What'd you do?
And then like 20 questions in, I'm like, I feel like I'm on an interview for a job I didn't apply for. Like, why are there 20 questions?
Yes.
And so sometimes I'll even say, so if you go up to a guy, do you first thing ask him 20 questions so you can be his friend? Or is there an exchange, like an interaction? Like, get between my ears, then you can get between my legs.Maybe.
Or they come out with their resume and they're like, all right, you know, this is what I do, this is where I'm from, this is what I do.
They're selling themselves to you. And it's just not an exchange. It's just like a flow chart. How do I get to the digits? How do I get to the pussy? It's just like, you can see the flow chart. Like you're in an ER. Like, does he have a stroke? Does he have Bell palsy? Like, what is he here for? Let's hurry up. Let's triage him.
Right.
I have no pickup lines.
You have no pickup lines.
I suck.
I just tell jokes.
Lines. There we go.
You make them laugh, you can do whatever you want.
Say that. Say more about that.
You make them laugh, you can do whatever you want. So, like, all you got to do is be funny, in all honesty, and that gets you wherever you need to be. Like, you make a woman laugh, everything else is okay.
What's the goal?
I'm not doing this.
What's the quote?
You make a woman giggle. You can make the booty jiggle.
Oh, you make a
I saw on
woman.
TikTok today.
You make a woman giggle. You can make the booty jiggle.
So tell me about how you like to be approached. What is a successful way to approach you if a guy wants to get to know you and talk to you beyond that initial, hey, how are you?
In person or
in person.
Online? Oh, in person is hard.
She's 27, so the online told
Right. In person or online is definitely different. In person, I just feel like be natural. You don't have to, for me, you don't have to come to me with the intentions to date or with something romantic. Like, I'm very big on a friendship first, or even just before that, a connection, a vibe. Yeah. So just be natural, be yourself, and I don't like the being sold on a date or a relationship. So just make it a connection first and foremost, and make it natural.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does a man, like we know how we go from object to subject, right? How does a man in our eyes go from object?
You mean get us to feel like we've gone from object to subject?
How does he make us feel like we've gone from object of desire to subject of my affection?
Yeah, and just let's be clear, object means everyone has heard a woman is objectified. Like you are, I just said, an object without a person attached.
For lust.
And when you go to subject and you think of the subject of a story, you're thinking about like maybe a protagonist or something like that. The actual person, right?
Or even like the subject of like a class, right? You're studying a thing.
Exactly.
And you're studying
the
this
ology
person.
of this woman, right?
Exactly.
So,
ooh, theology.
Theology.
Ooh, Reba-ology. I like this idea.
You are so into yourself. Jesus.
Wait, we can have Ianessa-ology.
Jesus, Mary, and
There's
Joseph.
Ianessa-ology for sure, but like, I don't want you unless you are fluent in Reba-ology. Yeah. That's real.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely tell when that click happens, but I can't guarantee that what your subjective view on me is correct. And that's another thing with dating. And I'm heterosexual, so I do date men. But dating men is like, what you subjectively view me as is not always true, or it's not always what I want you to see me as.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yes, I do feel when I become the subject, I can't guarantee that I'm gonna like it or that it's true.
Yeah.
Because that's how you see me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So definitely a lot of nuance there.
100%.
You know what I mean?
So that's why I get curious, right? When a guy sits down and starts asking me a million questions about me in the like trajectory to get my number or get the pussy or whatever it is, right? I get curious too. Like I'll either ask, why are you asking that question? What do you want? What is that information important to you for, right? Or I'll get curious about them. What do you do? Turn the spotlight. Like what's your hopes and dreams? Why aren't you married yet? Why don't you have kids?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I think that works. The only thing is if you truly know that perhaps you're uninterested. I remember a friend of mine who I'm not dating or anything like that. He's just like really super honest. He said, the goal is to keep the woman's attention as long as you can. So you were actually sustaining attention. You're just focusing it on them, but they still have your attention.
Yeah, so if you're not interested, the best thing to do is just be not interested and remove your attention away.
Yeah, in a polite, professional manner.
Yeah.
It's their favorite. When you get really professional and have zero sexual interest.
That's so hard, especially when you're at work. Like when we were hosting the game show.
Oh.
And we did Billionaire Bae.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there was, this is a prime example of a man who is clearly trying to shoot that shot, right? With everyone, anyone who will listen, right? But also like resume, rundown. This is what I do. This is where I'm from. This is what I got. This is why I'm important. This is why I have value. And it's like, but that's not even why we're here, sir.
Yeah.
I don't care.
On these drip glasses, y'all see this? His glasses
wore
are
these just
literally
for
dripping.
you.
Dripping. I love it. I
you.
love it. Thank you
I mean,
so
that's
much.
a lot of drip too. I mean, snake skin, zebra, everything, cheetah, all it together. I love it. Body, body, body. Yeah.
Okay. So, what is your name, sir?
My name's Joe. How are
Joe.
you? What's your name?
Joe. I'm Reba.
Where you from?
I'm from here. Where are you from?
I'm from Mississippi.
Mississippi.
You ever been there?
I have been to Mississippi.
What part? Quit lying.
Biloxi.
Biloxi? So I'm from a town called Natchez. It's a small little town in southwest Mississippi. You ever been there?
Never been.
You should come sometime. I got a hotel there.
A whole hotel?
I own it.
A whole hotel?
What's the name of it?
It's called the Guest House, the Natchez Guest House.
The Natchez Guest House.
Yeah, you want to be there?
I might have to take a trip.
Let's go. Get flued out.
What's the name of it?
We got an airport. We only accept private planes, though, so you can't fly commercial, so come through.
Oh, we're talking about the sticks. That's what you're saying. We out in the boonies.
You could
That's what
say
we
it's
doing.
the sticks or the
I'm getting
boonies, but it's kind of like
kidnapped.
Martha's Vineyard in the South.
Oh.
Be clear.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay,
yeah.
Play the game, please.
Okay, sorry. All right. Somebody else
You
wanna get
called me
flued
up
out
here.
too.
I know, and I regret every second.
So, the name of the game is Who Wants to Be a Billionaire Bae. You ever seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Is it a show on TV?
It was.
I don't watch TV. I actually read books, so if it's a book, I read it.
Oh,
but if
then
it's a
that
TV
means
show, I
you're
haven't
gonna do
seen it.
really well at this game.
Let's go.
You're a red man. I like that. I like
Let's
it
go.
when men read books.
I'm actually a blue man, but you know.
No, I mean a
yeah.
red, like a well-read
I know what you meant. It was a joke.
All right. It's gonna be spicy. Red pill,
Yeah,
blue
that
pill.
part.
All
Make sure
right.
you know who you pulling on stage when you pull them up. Right.
What's the name of it?
Body, body, body.
Good for you.
Body, body, body.
Well, that too. And that's where I'm the object, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, stand up, body, body, body. Look at you, snakeskin. And like, yes, body, body. I worked hard for this body, so I'm gonna stand up and flaunt it. But at the end of the day, like, as women, we have, like, our stress response cycles kick in, right? Fight, flight,
freeze, and fawn.
right? Fight and flight, we know, like there's danger, you either run or you stay and fight.
Yeah.
But freeze and fawn are the two things that I think as women we use the most,
Yes.
right? Freeze, you could see me freeze on stage. I'm
Yes.
like, how are you? You look nice too.
I wanted
Like
to
I'm
come save you.
clearly uncomfortable,
I know.
right? Freeze, that's the freeze.
And
then
you
the-
fawn too.
the fawn is, oh, that's that's nice.
You know what it was?
A
It's
whole
accepting his
hotel.
compliments when he didn't want them.
Thank you so much, sir.
Isn't that the strangest thing that somebody tells you something about you that you don't want to hear and you have to go, thank you. So now back to you. And if you don't say thank you, then, you know, they're actually really rude and then you're back in more dangerous situations.
Well, look, I was fawning so much that you were like, can we please play the game?
I know, but that's partly me trying to cut him off for you.
Yeah.
It's really difficult, actually. I'm not sure that a lot of men who are in the process of that see it as anything other than, no, this is me trying to tell you how much I like you.
Yeah.
So, you know what it reminds me of? It's like when you're in grade 4, you guys say it 4th grade in America, right? In grade 4, that's what we call it in Canada. And somebody likes you, so they just punch you in the face, and you're like, this is what we're doing? Because they don't know what to do with those feelings. Like, some people still haven't quite figured that out.
Yeah. The same is true. Like, it's like, he kind of reminded me of Pepe Le Pew. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, mon chéri, come here, I love you, you are so pretty,
Exactly.
And it's like, bro, really? Please do not touch me.
The next
You're
question.
doing such a great job.
Thank you so much.
And you look amazing.
So do you.
Thank you.
Okay, you ready? Because I'm trying to make you a billionaire bae. I'm trying.
Oh, well, we got to do more than play this
Here we
damn
go,
game.
here we go. According to the
I
urban...
mean, stocks, real estate. I mean,
What's the name of it?
I do not like it.
And frankly, I think if you were in a space with him where it was just the two of you, it would have been quite different.
Oh,
but you had a whole
but I'm at
audience.
work, and that's the thing. Like, I'm working, so
Yeah.
I can't be like, nigga, please.
Yeah.
Because that's what I would have did in real life,
Yeah.
right? But we're at work. I'm on camera. I gotta be nice to you.
But you wouldn't have done that if it was dark and scary.
No, girl,
you wouldn't
I
have
would
said
have
that
been
to him.
like, no.
Exactly. You'd have been like, no, and try to get out there safely.
But that makes it almost a little more scarier, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm in a public space.
Yeah.
And I can't be honest and true
Yeah.
about my feelings without putting all the other people in that space off.
Yeah.
So it's a little scarier.
Yeah, so it's sort of like the power dynamics in every moment changes with that fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. If you're in a situation where you are in a dark space and you're trying to get home and somebody's saying, hey girl, and they're like walking behind you, it's run, right?
Flight.
It's flight.
Flee.
And maybe if you have a weapon on you, maybe you'll turn around and try to
Fight.
scare and fight.
Yeah.
But when you're in those moments, women often feel like you don't want to be the bitch. Right? Because there might be another dude that you actually do want to come over to you, and now you look like a generally unapproachable person.
Yes.
So what you then do is like you either freeze or fawn and let people know, try to let this person know, I don't want this, but I'm also a really nice person.
Look at me, I'm
I
still
want
nice.
you to come over and talk to me, but I don't
Not
want
him. I'm not a bitch.
I've
I
I've actually texted a friend, a guy friend, who's just like randomly out there, again, a guy I'm not dating, be like, save me. Yeah, totally, yeah. Hey, bro, how you doing? I'll be right back. I'm not coming back.
Yeah, no. And we do that not because, look, sometimes in the middle of an alley or even in public, me saying you're being rude and inappropriate makes the entire conversation
put
go
off.
left.
Everybody's.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, his dynamic to yours was never a problem.
No.
Literally, nobody was like, leave her alone, blah, blah, blah. If you're like, excuse me, everybody be like, she's a bitch.
Look at her. She
They're
can't
never-
even take a
they're-
compliment.
yeah,
Why would
exactly.
she wear that if she didn't want somebody to
What
say
was
it
she
looks nice?
wearing? Exactly.
Also, it's also not my job to make you feel better about approaching me. There's that too.
I love her.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I love her. She's an everybody's person. She is. But she's a girl's girl. And I love that.
I just want to be a guy's guy one day. So I can get in their head.
I would love to.
Right?
But I
Fly
feel
on the
like it
wall.
would be like, in war, you know how they kind of crawl through the muck? Like
Yes. In the trenches. You got to get in the trenches. I
The
understand.
trenches,
Because
yeah.
they be hiding their stuff.
They do. And men are not as simple as they make themselves out to be. Men are not simple. They're not.
true.
They're
So
humans
true.
and they're complex just like us.
It's their job.
In a different way.
Exactly. Their job in society is to appear not complicated. But they're human beings just like we are. So why would they be less complicated? Genetically, we're all complicated.
Let me tell you, you get them home and it's like, what is going on in your head? Why don't you talk to me?
In fact, they're complicated, which is why they shouldn't tell themselves they're simple, because then they don't think they have anything to say and they do.
And you're denying yourself.
Exactly.
that. I agree.
Problem solved.
I see you at the bar, have a conversation, we find something that's on TV or in front of us that's funny, get you a drink, talk a little bit more, don't press it, move on with the night, see her again, like, hey, what's your Instagram, what's your phone number? Something that you feel comfortable giving out. You don't want to impress, like, some people don't like giving out the phone numbers.
I like what you said, right?
Not now, like, back in the
No,
day.
I hear you. I like what you're saying about
first you have to have a conversation, but it's not a long conversation. It's not like, this is what I do, who you are, where you from, blah, blah. It's like, I kind of want to know, like, where your head is, what kind of person you are. And then at the end of the night, once I've had that conversation and had a chance to observe you, I'm going to ask you for your number.
Yeah, you don't, like, you bomb a drink.
You never want to be too aggressive.
No.
Never want to be too aggressive.
Never aggressive.
What does aggressiveness look like to you guys?
Yo, baby, yo.
Yo, baby, yo.
Baby.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that ass. Somebody and shit like that. Oh, I have heard some.
And then I hate the niggas that, like, after they don't get what they don't accomplish what they want. It's like, now you a bitch. And now it's like,
they turn violent
anyway, and I ain't like your bitch. Like, all right.
That's why your edges fucked up.
Yeah. You like them edges before she turns you down.
So I think that the reason why this keeps happening, this disconnect between what a man might be focusing on, like tits and ass, and where a woman might be saying, I can see that happening, but it's not my preference, is probably twofold. On one hand, it's working for somebody, right? It's got to be working for some guys, otherwise they would stop doing it, right? It's just like basic behavioral psychology. If you have a rat in a box and it knows it hits this lever and a pellet keeps coming, they're just going to keep hitting the lever. Even if every 3 hits, it gets the pellet. There's still a reward at the end of that.
Yeah.
But perhaps also women have been so trained to think that men can't change this behavior. It's hardwired. And therefore, if I can just get him to move me from object to subject quickly, then perhaps we can get there. So I think women are sort of, I'm not saying they're tolerating it. I'm saying anyone's wrong. I'm not saying the guys are wrong. I'm not saying the girls are wrong. I'm just saying this is the way humans interact. So you know the guy, that's what got him to come over to you. Now you have to figure out how to get him from object to subject quickly. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not suggesting that the men are wrong or the women are wrong. I'm just saying that when you're interacting with humans, you're always trying to curb them or figure out what their agenda is. And if you know that that's the agenda that got somebody to come over and talk to you in the first place, it becomes your job as the woman to think of the nuance and say, this is what got him here, but let's see if he can sort of work with me as I don't respond to those things and really ask me questions about who I am as a human.
When you are educated, not just about the world, but about your body, the sex is better. 100,000%. That's why I have a job.
To be fair, interoception, which is understanding your body and how it works, doesn't necessarily come with the kind of intelligence that I think he's talking about.
Right, but when you have both, when you have intelligence and interoception, that's high quality pussy. And smart men are getting it. They're getting that.
Yeah. They're probably smart enough to determine the difference too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A dumb man doesn't know the difference. I don't know.
You're welcome.
Back to work. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh, shit.
So the number one answer. Go Patrick.
I'm still in that shit.
The number one. You never heard of Starfield?
I've never heard of it.
I learned this like 2 months.
Like
being happy to get some dick.
Yeah, being enthusiastic about
so
it.
she wanted to be enthusiastic.
Like it's the last one.
That's what
There we
enthusiasm
go.
means to y'all, right?
There we go.
Yeah, like
That's
being
true.
into it.
That's a good ass answer. Now that I think about it.
Have some fun. You're here to have fun. It's not going to be a job. We'll be having fun right now. We'll be giving high fives at the end.
I agree though.
Coach.
I like shit like that. Like I like having fun after you like do it. Being able to talk about it. Like, that shit's cool, bro.
You a wild. You let me spit with.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you get to reminisce a little bit.
I'm gonna tell your mama.
Figure out.
Cut.